Rocco is with us now. Many are familiar with Whispers in the Loggia, the Vatican blog site that Rocco's been doing for many years now. And
too long, Kevin.
I know. I'm sure people might recognize just from his outfit that he's a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. And
yeah, I brought backup. So your bishop's backup, and so I got some company here in not my living room, but my bunker, I guess you'd call it, where we're gearing up. What, Bishop?
You know, typically, Rocco, I'm not a betting man. But this matchup for the Super Bowl is a great chance, I think, for the two of us to highlight some amazing work at two agencies in our cities. Can I ask you, could you tell us a little bit about your side of this wager? Because it's a pretty special place, I hear.
Well, they both are, and they really both touch on the same things, Bishop. You know, it's because one thing, you know, when we started talking about this last week, we were saying, well, we should make monetary donations. But, you know, the Lord in St. Matthew's Gospel didn't say, I was hungry and you gave me a check. He said, I was hungry and you fed me. So, and Boston and Philly are known for their cuisine. So, but I chose St. John's Hospice, which is here in Center City, Philadelphia. Homelessness has been on a steady uptick here in the last couple of years. It's a day shelter mostly, but, you know, especially for men on the street who have who are suffering with addictions and who are looking to, you know, find a home or, you know, be able to get the skills to have a home. They serve lunch to around 300 people every day, so there's going to be a lot of chowder coming down here after. But also, too, because
so you think.
Also, because both of our archbishops are Capuchins, St. John's Hospice is connected to our Capuchin parish here in Philly, St. John, which was also the Cathedral of St. John Newman, so no pressure, Bishop.
Well, I don't feel that much pressure, to be honest with you, and I want to tell you where you can send the pretzels.
They're coming from Revere, by the way. Our Philly Soft Pretzel Factory is up there. So anybody in Revere, go. Don't throw anything at the windows of the shop this weekend. We may need them.
Very convenient, right there in Revere, Massachusetts, and St. Francis House is at 39 Boylston Street. It was founded in 1984 to meet the needs, like St. Joseph's Hospice, of the homeless. And we know, as Rocco said, that it's not just, you know, the fact of being homeless, but it's also the struggle with addiction and mental illness and depression and all the rest. So, you know, this organization quickly grew out of a simple bread line, as a lot of these places do, into truly a multi-service shelter. And actually, in 2014, St. Francis House celebrated its 30th anniversary. So that's where you're going to be sending the pretzels, 34 Boylston Street. Write that down.
I know, but have you ever had a soft pretzel, actually, a Philadelphia soft pretzel?
I haven't, actually.
Well, you know where I'm going to go, actually? Goes back into your history. I'm going to go to the Shrine of St. Rita, where you were right before you were named a bishop.
Right.
And it worked the first time. I'm going to light some candles there before the game on Sunday.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
For you, but for an Eagles win, too. So.
Hey, I understand we have, actually, I understand we have a picture of someone that Rocco might know. Let me go take a look at that right now. See,
the game on Sunday, you mean?
Look at that. Dressed in Eagles gear. I believe that's your. Who is that, Rocco?
Oh, she's showing up on the screen, I
yes,
guess.
She
I
is.
guess that's I can't see. It's my niece,
yeah.
My goddaughter Vivian, who was born in late September. And you know, the year I was born, well, we didn't have any championships here for 25 years. It took me 25 years to see one. But the year I was born, the Sixers won the NBA title, and I was the jinx for 25 years. But still, the fact that now in the year she's born, she may see a Super Bowl, which we remember. This is only the third time the Eagles have ever made the Super Bowl and have never won. Yeah. And, you know, there's an old saying in the church, Bishop, you know this from Rome, sine domenica non possumus. We, as Catholics, as Christians, we can't exist without Sunday. That's supposed to mean the Eucharist, but here in Philly, and much as it is in Boston as well, you know, what happens on Sunday on the field at Foxborough here at Lincoln Financial Field with the Eagles really dictates the mood of the city the entire week. And for this town, this shows in a very tough time for the church here over the last several years that our people really do believe that they really do have hope, because the Eagles have let us down more than anything over the years. And so this is really like if this happens, should it happen, and we can't wrap our minds around it. It would be the Holy Grail. We can only think of this in the context of the end of the world. That's just how surreal it is. So, now, you guys know this from the Sox, so, but
So what's it like, Rocco, right now in Philadelphia? What's the buzz? How's the excitement? People are just walking around on clouds.
unbelievable. Even, my mother saw it last week, and I saw it, at different masses, different places, but even going to store, everybody's got something green on, something Eagles on. Again, this is Boston is a baseball city. Chicago, with the Cubs and the 108-year wait for a World Series, is a baseball city. This is a football city. And, I've been joking for years that if the Eagles had ever gotten to a Super Bowl and had a decent chance of winning, I'd have to leave town because half the city would probably burn down. And it's interesting how many people Seth Meyers, a Boston native, said last night on his show, will it be Philly burned down by happy fans or sad fans? Because, we're known for our passion here.
Yeah.
But if anything, it's a beautiful, for our priests, for our people, it's a real moment of hope, of joy. It's been a great moment to preach. This team, no offense to the Patriots, but our team, our quarterback now going into Super Bowl, Nick Foles, just said yesterday that once he retires, he wants to become a pastor, an evangelical pastor.
Really?
He's already started taking seminary. Yeah, Bishop, you're going to have some competition.
Wow. Well, a lot of people are saying it comes down to the quarterback. So, I don't know if you can really trust Nick, in terms of his performance on Sunday, but, in Tom, we trust.
Yeah, well, please, he's got the rings to show for it, So, but again, being, as I said a couple of weeks ago to my readers, I wasn't even expecting or barely expecting to win the Atlanta game. It's being a Philadelphian in so many ways, stuck between New York and D.C. and the Rocky story, See, that's the thing. Until now, the greatest athlete from Philadelphia has been a fictional character, or the most famous one.
Well, Kevin has abandoned me. He's gone to the news desk. So I got to ask you before you go, what do you think the final score is going to be? What's your prediction?
Oh, I'll tell you, our venerable analyst, Ray Didinger, who was actually at the 1960 championship when the Eagles won before the Super Bowl even existed. That was the last time we saw anything good in football. Said 27-24. I would say 14 is my lucky number. Let's say 28-14. But I'll tell you, with the Pats, it's always close. And last year, was one of the most incredible. Last year's Super Bowl was one of the most incredible football games any of us have seen. But what are you doing for the game, Bishop?
What am I doing? I have a little party going on at my rectory, and I predict that the final score, it'll be close until the fourth quarter, 27-13. And I think we might be talking a little bit over the weekend, too, I'm sure. All right,
beautiful. Well, guess what? The most important thing in all this is that, we're still great friends. I love you dearly. We're what an awesome church with the gift of you and all your friendship. And whatever happens on Sunday, we'll always have that.
Love you too, man. Have a great weekend. We'll talk and enjoy the game.
All right. Ciao, ciao.
God bless. Okay.